Hey everyone, it's Natasha, private practice consultant and ex-Burnout SLP turned strategist and coach. So we're back again. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to do a quick 5-minute audit of your schedule. So bear with me, my computer's angry and I'm losing you. Okay, so again, if you're feeling drained, off, constantly behind, but you can't really put your finger on the why, then this is a quick fix that you need. So it's simple, it's fast, and it works. So before I dive into it, I would love to get your guys' input. So you can comment or send me a message because I plan to shift gears and do some demonstrations. And I'd love to hear what you want me to actually show, whether it's sharing my screen or writing things out. I'm a very big pen and paper kind of gal. Yes, all my things do get synced up into, the electronics, but when I'm actually creating, I do it with pen, paper, highlighter, all the things. So, um, and the ideas I have some ideas for possibly some demonstrations on some how-tos using an AHR system. I also have some ideas for just demonstrating some of the ways to organize and plan. So let me know what you'd like to actually see in action. So diving in, we're going to take a 7-day look back, meaning at your calendar. So you could do this now, you could do this at the end of the week, whatever you deem is your end of week, so Friday or Saturday or Sunday, and do a 7-day look back. So again, you can pull your calendar up or print it, so that you can actually play around with this and do this quick audit. So we're looking at it at a bird's eye view. So looking at, and you can get markers, you can get highlighters. I am a big highlighter person. So what you're going to do, and you may already have some variation of a color coding system in your electronic calendar, but what you're going to do, if you don't, start it this way with like a printed version of your calendar, and you go through and kind of, again, categorize certain things. So you can have a color that you deem for family time, a color for admin time, a color for errands. It could be random. You could also, if you're so inclined and already have like scheduled in lunchtime and breaks, make that a designated color. And blue, green, doesn't matter. I used to once upon a time, I used red in my calendar for certain work related things. And I realized after a time that I did not like having red in my calendar for anything. And so then I quickly changed that. I was almost like my calendar was yelling at me. I don't know. I didn't like it. So if you don't have a problem using red, use red for like admin or whatever. I did not like it. So I no longer have red in my calendar. So once you do that, you'll start to see patterns almost immediately. So if you're going through and you're like, okay, I'm going to use blue for family time or personal time, and you may find that it actually isn't either in there at all, or it may have not happened and you had it planned, or it only is on there like one time and that doesn't sit well with you. So you'll start to see patterns, and especially then with the work related things. It might be scattered and all over the place, but you'll start to see once you actually just physically like go through and kind of color code it. And once you're done with that, go through each category. And again, it's only a 7-day look back, so it should be rather fresh, but going through and asking yourself how you felt. So before that group of tasks in that category, then during, how you felt during, and then after. So you want to like ask, and when you're asking yourself, like, was it energizing, neutral, like it doesn't really matter, or was it draining? And then, of course, there's like, in betweens, but just to gather like how we were feeling with certain tasks. And then you can take a pen or a pencil and then circle these things that were not so great. So that left you feeling like depleted or even resentful, like you're really like not happy that you're still doing these things. Go through them and then circle those particular things that felt icky. Um, and then what you'll see is this is like when you put kind of like it's like a magnifying glass to take a look at it, and this is where the burnout hides. And it's really in small moments and they compound over time, and then they kind of just and they snowball into this big pile of gross. So, do you like my words today? So, now, once you have those things circled, you may have several, you may have one or two. If you don't, you're doing fantastic. But likely you do have some things circled. So with that, you have options, right? So then you can kind of ask yourself, what can you do about these not so great things that you're resentful of, or really just like really energy depleting tasks? Can you get rid of it entirely? Doesn't need to happen at all. Can you automate it? And like using a tool or a bank. There's a few things that I talked about in my recent YouTube video about ways to automate some of these tasks that are on the ick side that most people don't like to do. Can you delegate it? Are you in a position where you can outsource that to someone else? Whether you have a team, then somebody that can do that. Can you hire like a super part-time EA that could do some of these tasks for you so you don't have to be the person that does that? Um, and batching, and that's a whole nother video that I can do too. And that's really, again, like grouping similar tasks together, because I think what people get bogged down with a lot is kind of the shifting of tasks and ultimately multitasking. Guilty, I still catch myself sometimes doing that. Um, is batching similar things, then you're not really shifting your train of thought to completely different tasks. And sometimes that's where people get blocking wrong. And it doesn't work for them is because they're not blocking correctly. So that is more that I can tell you about either in another video or in my upcoming Back to Balance workshop, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So once you look at and you can make an executive decision based on the circled items, getting rid of it, automating, delegating, and batching is like, if you look and like say, because this is what happened to me a lot, where I would have, let's just say, a 5-day work week. So Monday through Friday. And I had in each section different blocks for admin. And it doesn't matter what it was. It was emails, it was billing, it was whatever. Instead of having those 5 separate blocks on 5 separate days to do these random tasks, what is that a possibility to combine those blocks into one solid focus block on one particular day? Like not the entire day, but just a block to just do that stuff. Is that a possibility? That's the stuff that you can ask yourself. Like, could you block off 2 or 3 hours on a Friday and get that stuff done together? And then that frees up those time slots on those other days to see clients, do anything else, or even have time for yourself. So maybe you don't want to do it on a Friday, pick another day. So these are all just ideas, and there's so many more things that we can talk about, but I will save that for another video and with some demonstrations as well. So again, tell me what you want to see. And just remember, burnout, it doesn't always come from working too much. It really comes from spending time on things that deplete you and not really moving the needle and not really moving you forward to the place that you want to go. So if you want to create the schedule that you desire, there's a couple different great ways to do it. So I briefly mentioned I just launched a live fall planning workshop called Back to Balance. The pre-sale is going on now and ends on Sunday, but the live event is still open until it starts, which will be on Wednesday, August 13th and Thursday, August 14th. Now, and that's a great way to plan out the next 90 days. So you think of back to school and things are going to pick up, things are going to be busy. And if you're a parent, I mean, kids and activities and all the things and the school and managing the school schedule and getting all that stuff done. That is a great opportunity to work on that. And we'll do that in real time on those 2 days. But if you need it now and you're like, no, I can't wait till August to get this stuff done, then the practice breakthrough assessment is for you. And again, that is a questionnaire that you submit to me. And I will give you a recorded review and a scorecard, and we will get things back to where you want it to be, but also and beyond, being the schedule that you desire, and plugging up those energy leaks in your business. So it's no longer burning you out from burning the candle at both ends. So you can message me directly. You can comment audit. You can comment balance if you're interested in the live course. Otherwise, just remember that you do deserve a practice that supports your life and not one that consumes it. And I'll see you next time.